आप कर दो फिर
Okay, so we are starting this session, and in this session we will cover the practical aspects of implementation. We will integrate PHP with MongoDB. First of all, we will see where to download MongoDB and different features. So MongoDB can be downloaded freely as it is free and open source from mongodb.com. As told earlier that it is license free database system, and it is standalone as well as cloud compliant. When MongoDB is hosted on cloud, in that case it becomes as database as a service. Okay, but broadly, in which paradigm, in which taxonomy database comes under platform. Okay, database is a software, but broadly in general way it is covered under platform. So it will be covered as a platform as a service. MongoDB, wherever MongoDB is delivered on cloud, it will be covered as platform as a service or PaaS. Okay, and on Google Apps Engine or Microsoft Azure can be hosted. So we have already downloaded it. Its setup is here. You can see MongoDB Win32. This is your MSI file, Microsoft installer, and with simply next and finish, MongoDB will be installed in your system. Okay, so simply double click and it will be installed. Okay, so there is no specific configuration. It is already installed in the system. You can see here MongoDB this 3.2, and so these are the executable files of MongoDB. Okay, these are the screenshots. So we will deliver you all these PPTs so that you can imitate, you can follow the instructions, and you can see different drivers: C, C++, Java, Python, Node.js. All drivers are available for linking with other applications, for linking with other libraries. Now, how to work with MongoDB, how to write code in PHP with backend MongoDB, as it is already installed in C program file MongoDB. So simply go to command prompt. Okay. Okay. So go to that particular location where MongoDB bin folder is there. So this is your bin folder of MongoDB 3.2, and here you can see in Windows Explorer. So to execute, to work, first of all we run Mongo daemon. Mongo daemon means Mongo services are started so that we can work on Mongo shell. First of all, Mongo daemon is started with this executable mongod.exe. So simply write mongod and your MongoDB server will start. So if you get this particular screen on execution of mongod, it means your Mongo services are started. Okay, and default port number of MongoDB is 27017. Default port of MySQL is 3306. Okay, but MongoDB works on 27017. Now this screen will be kept as it is, and we will open another shell. We open another command prompt so that we can work on Mongo shell. Okay, so simply minimize this and go to that location again. Okay, and now we will write simply mongo.exe or Mongo, and you will be connected to Mongo shell. So this is your Mongo prompt, MongoDB prompt. Okay, so this particular screen is meant for background processes to execute Mongo services, and this one to write and execute MongoDB commands. Okay. In PPT also it is mentioned how to use it. One more thing we should know while working with MongoDB, that there is no need to create a database in MongoDB. We simply use the database. Suppose I want to create and work on a database ABC. In that case, we will not write create database ABC or create DB ABC. We will simply write use ABC. It will check whether ABC is existing or not. If it is not existing, in that case it will create database with that particular name. Okay, first of all we will see the existing databases. So simply write show DBs. Show DBS, it means it will show all the databases currently present in new MongoDB installation. Okay, now I want to create and work on a new database. I will write use student DB. Okay, anything you can write, use student DB 2. Even if there is no database with these names, automatically your database will be created with these names. Any number of times you can write. So it will not show you the error that database does not exist. Automatically a new database will be created. Okay, now I want to use ni triple tr. So automatically a new database is created and we are using this database. Now I want to insert some values. We want to put some information. So we write JSON script. So here the concept of JSON come. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. That is a specific format script or a specific format textual information that is to be put in the document, and no SQL databases accept that type of information. Okay, so we can write like this: variable name equal to name this, anything, x equal to, and now we assign the key and its value. This is your key and then its value. Suppose name and my name, like this you can specify. So automatically name will be created. This is your key and my name is the value that is assigned to this particular key, and x will be inserted in a database. So how to insert? So simply database name dot collection name dot insert. Now you can see. So we are working on MongoDB shell or MongoDB command prompt. So there is, in MongoDB you will not find something like select star from table name or truncate table or delete from table name or insert into table name values, because it is NoSQL. NoSQL means not only SQL. Want to see, and one more thing, in case of MongoDB or NoSQL databases, the data is stored in collections. We create number of collections, and in each collection there are number of documents or there are specific information. In case of classical database systems, typical relational database management systems, we create tables. Here we do not create table, we create JSON script, or we create data in JSON and insert into the collections. So if we want to see the collections, first of all we see in which database we are working. So simply write DB, it will show the name of database on which we are working, and then show collections. This is your. Now if we want to insert any other value, y is equal to marks and
Excuse me,
now
sister.
insert y. So it will show you right result, this. So each and everything is done at command prompt.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are from SCSVM University, sir.
Okay.
The command prompt text is not at all visible, sir. Can you increase the font size as well as can you change the color for us?
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. ऐसे ये तो ब्लैक नहीं आएगा हम्म, मैं वो भी सकता हूँ इसमें। Okay, no problem. I'll write these commands in a separate window in Notepad++. Okay, you can see we get this prompt. First of all, we write show DBs to check DBS to check how many databases are there and how much space they are already consuming. So one is your local default database and second created by us. And you can see that even if there is no database with the name studentdb, we can still use it. There is no need to create the database with the create command. Simply write use database name. If that particular database is not present, that database will be automatically created. Similarly, use studentdb2, use studentdb3, and so on. Any number of databases. So finally, we use NITTR. Okay, and in MongoDB, we do not create the tables or relations. We create the JSON script, JSON code having key and values, and these values are inserted in the collections. So we use collections. In database there are collections. In collections there are values. Okay, so database is simply number of collection of collections or group of number of collections. So each and every collection can be considered as a table, but actually it is not a table. Okay, but it can be considered as a table. If we write like name, any name can be specified, and by default there is a collection with the name COLL. So we write db.coll.insert, which value insert x. So we should not write insert into table name this then values this. It is not required. So we simply execute the instruction db.call.insert. I am showing you all these through PPT for better understanding. Okay, this now you can see this is your collection. This is your collection. Number of collections comprise a document, and all these values moves to the database. Okay. And query format is how do we execute the query in MongoDB. So we do not write like select star from table name where name like this or marks greater than 50. The statement style or syntax is like this: db dot users, db is your database, users is your collection dot find, and then age $gt means greater than 18, and then age 1, it means we want to sort by age. So this is the writing style in MongoDB. If we want to modify the data, in that case db is your database, users is your collection, insert is your function, and then which value we want to insert, which particular record we want to insert, like name, this, age, and it will become a document. And when this document will be covered in collection, and this particular collection will be part of your document, will be part of your database. Okay, so at the super level, at the top level we have database, inner level we have collection. Collection of what? Collection of documents. And in document, what we are having? In document we are having the values, we are having the attributes. So if this is the query interface. SQL equivalent. In SQL you write something like select id comma name comma address. This is known as your projection from users table name, where age greater than 18, this is your select criteria, and limit 5, it is your cursor modifier. What is cursor modifier? How many records you want to display on screen, how many tuples, how many rows should be your cursor. In case of MongoDB, we write database name dot collection dot find. This is your collection rather than projection. And then age $gt 18 and name 1 address, like this, and it is covered under your projection. Okay, and limit 5 cursor modifier, it means you want to display top 5 records. Okay, and this again, now this is your projection. And one more thing is there, Mongo, you already know that all open source software, whether it is MongoDB, Cassandra or MySQL, there is a rich community of developers, there is a rich community of contributors. It means each and everything in documentation is available online free of cost. There is no need to separately purchase the books of MongoDB. You will find each and everything free of cost. Your documentation is free. Troubleshooting is also free. Why? Because free and open source community is available for the troubleshooting. If you are developing a new project in MongoDB and you found some problems, there are some issues in your code, whether you are interfacing with Android or Xamarin or iOS or Python or any other programming language or tool, and In that case, you can distribute, send your message on their community, and the community will reply you back with a suitable and appropriate answer. Okay, I will show you this. You can see docs. So MongoDB API is completely available. Now, if you want to see a particular topic on MongoDB with Java, or MongoDB with PHP, or MongoDB with Python, so MongoDB Python or MongoDB Java API. So you will see api.mongodb.com. For which particular version? As we are working on 3.2 or 3.3, so we can select for which version of MongoDB we need the API. So you will see the complete documentation that this is the package. So we will write import form.mongodb.star or import form.mongodb.assertions depending upon the requirements. So complete, you can see interfacing. If you are developing a project in C++ and need MongoDB at backend, if you are working on C# and want to work MongoDB at backend, you can simply go to this link. Okay, so complete documentation is available. Code example dataset. So like this. First of all, we import the packages. First of all, we import the packages, and then we create a MongoDB client. This is in case of Java. Same thing will be happen in case of Android. Okay, here some more packages will be included for compatibility with Android. And this is your jar file that is required to be. So you can see as you execute your program in case of JDBC with MySQL or JDBC with MS Access, it can be done easily. Okay, as you have seen that currently we are working on shell. This is your MongoDB shell or command prompt. But in current scenario, we feel more comfortable in GUI based applications, in GUI based software for database handling. In case of MySQL, we go for PHP In case of Oracle, there are number of tools available provides GUI for database handling. So in case of MongoDB, there are number of GUI tools available using which there is no need to work on command on MongoDB shell. You can directly work on GUI. So this your ADA is a log visualizer. Mongo Explorer is there. Mongo Explorer. So using these tools, you can graphically create collections, you can create documents and databases without going to. Okay, currently we are working at this panel. If you don't want to work on this panel, simply go to Mongo Explorer or Mongo Vision or Mongo Robo. Okay, this is your Robo Mongo. It is also free tool for also free tool, and you can graphically create your database, and you will feel more comfortable in creating collections. You can see here collection in these comments. So for rapid application development, these tools can be installed and worked on. So and IntelliSense is also there. As soon as you start writing, it will show you the suggestions, as in case of Eclipse or NetBeans. So IntelliSense based IDE is there. You can see user.address.s, and it will show you all the options related with S. Okay. Now I'm showing you this tool, RoboMongo. I have already installed. You can install RoboMongo from this link, robomongo.org. And simply start RoboMongo. Okay. Now you can edit the connection. Edit. This is your port number. Authentication. If there is some username and password, you can test. And default database. Okay, save and connect. Now you are connected. Now you can see the NITTTR database that we have saved on shell is visible here, and you can see the collections. Your collection ID, name. You can delete or copy value like this. Insert document. Simply right click, insert a document. Validate whether it is okay or not. First of all, you write the JSON script and then validate whether this is okay or not, and then okay and save. Now third object. Okay, now right click, insert object. Now we write roll number. And you can see here, and run. if there are n number of records, n number of tuples, you can see. So right click open shell. If you select open shell, in that case you can work on command prompt. Otherwise, right click database statistics. So it is equivalent to db.stats. You can see storage size, how much storage size is there. Otherwise, we have to write this statement db.collection, db.getCollection, and then this. If we copy this and use in shell, use NITTTR. First of all, we will write Mongo and then use NITTTR and paste. So these results are same. Okay, you can see ID and name. ID name, its value. ID marks, its value, and each and every record is having unique ID. Then db.stats, it is similar to this. Simply right click database statistics. So same statistics is visible on your command prompt. So it is up to you whether you want to work on command prompt or GUI mode. Then drop database. If you select drop database, then this database will be deleted. These are different modes. It is your custom mode. Different modes are available: custom mode, tree, table, and text. So at this point, you can also customize it. If you want to save it, then simply save, and you can see the output. The file which is being saved is having format JS, JavaScript. As we have discussed earlier that MongoDB is having JSON at backend. What is JSON? JavaScript object notation. So whatever dump we create, whatever backup we create, or whenever we save the database, it will be saved in JavaScript format. And you know that JavaScript can be parsed by different programming languages. At different levels it can be parsed. If you want to create a new connection with another database, it can be created. Simply create new connection, default database MyDB2 test. This is available. And connect. and you will be connected. So new connection is there. Now you can see connection is new, but databases are same. So multiple connections, concurrent connections can access and modify same database, table or collection or document. So these are GUI on which you can work. One of the very powerful feature in NoSQL database is sharding, and this feature is inbuilt in all NoSQL databases which support scalability.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, while creating the database, you have mentioned localhost as 270 27017.
Yes, yes. 27. This is the port number.
It's a default port number, or we can mention anything.
No, no. This is the default port. The default port that comes with this MongoDB. It is meant only for MongoDB.
So, whatever the database we create in MongoDB must be mentioned as 27017.
No, no. If we do not mention, in that case, it will automatically pick that particular port. If you are having only one MongoDB server, in that case there is no issue. Automatically that particular port will be picked. If we are running multiple instances, in that case we need to specify the port,
So,
as
if
we
we
do
are
it as we
database,
do in other cases like MySQL. Whenever we work on JDBC MySQL and your XAMPP MySQL or WAMP MySQL, in that case there is need to specify different ports for MySQL as well as Apache. Same thing happens here. If only single instance is available, there is no need of changing the port or calling the port. If multiple instances are there, in that case we need to specify and call different ports.
thank you, sir.
Okay, so sharding is one of the powerful feature that solve the problem of horizontal scaling. Okay, in case of vertical scaling, there is no need of any specialized thing, because vertical scaling can be done or it is done by everybody in routine life, like 4 GB RAM is replaced by 8 GB RAM, 200 GB hard disk is replaced by 400 GB hard disk. So that is known as your vertical scaling or vertical scalability. The problem arises one system when one system is full, or one system is not capable of accepting further traffic. In that case, rather than changing the physical infrastructure of that system, we want to attach our new CPU and sharing of resources. So that particular paradigm can be done using sharding. So we simply attach another CPU, and all those that particular resource or n number of resources from additional CPU will be shared. Suppose that is having 8 GB RAM and earlier system was having 4 GB RAM, so automatically they will be in load balancing mode. Similarly, if we take hard disk, if we take example of hard disk, so they can be shared, and this particular uh, implementation is done to meet the requirement of told for your fault tolerance, for your consistency, for availability, so that there is no downtime, or if there is downtime, then it should be very minimum. It should be minimum downtime. Okay, and what is meaning of minimum downtime? What is how much downtime is generally acceptable? It is, if we take scenario of availability, that is 99.9 times 99.5 times 9, this this must be the availability, or it is availability that is accepted by global standards, and it can be done, it is implemented for this, for meeting this requirement. Replication is another approach, but replication is concerned with simply taking redundant data, so that if one system gets failure, in that case backup can be recovered, backup can be taken back. You can see this is the purpose of sharding, to process, to execute huge amount of data, large amount of data set, enormous queries running simultaneously, and exhausting the CPU power. CPU power means CPU incoming outgoing traffic, its process management, waiting time, all these aspects are covered under CPU. So to load balance, to relax the CPU with enormous applications, sharding is implemented, so that some processes can be executed on another CPU. It can be considered as an application of multi-threading. Multi-threading, generally multi-threading is implemented on software by programming languages, but at hardware level, whenever we go for multi-threading, it can be related with sharding. Okay, or sharding can be simply known as or considered as horizontal scaling. This you can see from this diagram. You can see 1 terabyte. There is a collection of 1 terabyte. Different documents are there. Now we want to process 1 terabyte data in 1 second, or 1 terabyte data in 1 microsecond. Then how it is possible? If we are having only one CPU, whether it is i3, i5, i7 or any processor, in that case it will not be able to process 1 terabyte data or 1 terabyte instructions in 1 second or 1 microsecond. So there is need to shard it. It means fragmentation into 4 shards or n number of shards, and each and every shard is executing the process and finally merging the output. And MapReduce, you might have heard about Hadoop technology, Hadoop and MapReduce, in which enormous data processing tasks, enormous instructions can be executed in microseconds or milliseconds without any overhead on the processor. So it is inbuilt in MongoDB. So database name dot orders means collection name dot map reduce. So automatically sharding will be implemented, automatically threading, multi-threading on your database will be implemented, and you will get results in very less time. Okay. Now we will start how to connect PHP with MongoDB. It is very simple. First of all, we should have PHP Mongo driver, and this is your driver PHP underscore mongo.dll. First of all, we need to download PHP Mongo DLL, from where this is the link. This is your link. Now I have already installed a XAMPP server, XAMPP server in my laptop, so that I can show you some scripts running on PHP with backend MongoDB. So this is your XAMPP control panel. Okay, we will execute some pages with PHP script at backend of MongoDB. So you can see here there is no MongoDB, only Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, and Tomcat. We will start only Apache. Okay, only Apache service will be started. We do not need MySQL. If you need two databases, if you need two database servers for replication or for any application for fault tolerance, for backup recovery, you can have your database in MySQL as well as MongoDB. But currently our motive is to connect PHP with MongoDB, so we are starting only Apache service. So Apache is started and we will run it. Now you can see this Apache service, your XAMPP server is running, and first of all we will see what is the architecture of this particular installation. It is your x86 architecture. It is your x86 architecture, and the extensions which this architecture is supporting, that is this API 2012. TS stands for thread safe. Okay, so we have to match this value with these. So we are working on 5.5, PHP 5.5. This is your PHP 5.5. We need thread safe. This is your TS. TS stands for thread safe compliant. So we will go to 5.5 thread safe, and x86 will be downloaded. This thread safe x86, and it will be downloaded on your system like this. This will be your PHP Mongo. After unzip it, on uncompressing this particular folder, this particular compressed file, you will get PHP underscore mongo.dll. This is your PHP underscore mongo.dll after extraction of PHP Mongo thread safe VC11. Now what we will do, we will simply copy this file PHP underscore mongo.dll and paste to XAMPP PHP ext. Here we have to paste, and after pasting we will get this file php underscore mongo dot dll in XAMPP PHP ext. If you are working on WAMP server, in that case you will have to copy this file in WAMP bin PHP ext here. So in that case, this will be your location of php underscore mongo.dll. And after that, one configuration is required. It is mentioned in this PPT. You will have it and you can follow the instructions. Okay. Now, after pasting to this ext, what we have to do? We open the file php.ini. There is a file php.ini file, and we have to enable the extension. So where is that php.ini file? E XAMPP php and php.ini file. This is your php.ini file. Now you can see earlier this was not present. So this line must be added if you want to communicate PHP with MongoDB. In that case, this line must be added. I have already inserted this line in php.ini file. So extension equal to php underscore mongo.dll. It will automatically find this file from php ext folder. Okay, and now we will execute the programs. We will see how to execute the programs. Simple. This is your very basic program of PHP. So we write this hello.php or hello mongo.php. We will save it in e XAMPP htdocs and save. Okay, we can check whether the service is running or not. It is running. This is your hello mongo.php. Okay, you can see, you can format. So there is no need of any other database connection or connection string. There is no need to specify the connection string. Simply write $m equal to new Mongo client without any port number. It will automatically fetch the port number attached default. In similar way, if you want to insert the document, like this. So using PHP code, you can create, first of all, we have created the connection, instance is created, select MyDB, then collection, and in collection we have seen this MongoDB. Now we can check it on graphical interface. You can see this which we have executed just now, it is also covered. So using this way you can create your applications PHP with backend MySQL. If you want to check the execution time, $T1 equal to, I want to see how much time it took to execute this instruction, so that a comparison can be done with MySQL or Oracle. $T equal to, and now you will see in 0.0009 microseconds it took to perform these operations. So you can see all these operations are performed only in this microsecond. You can imagine this speed. It is this value is approximately is equivalent to 0.43 times 0. Similarly, we have a number of other codes available which you can try on your systems. And these are free MongoDB hosting services for research and development. Suppose you are working on a project, on a live project, and you need an online MongoDB database. In that case, you can communicate with Mongo HQ. This is your MongoDB as a service, MongoDB Lab. They provide you free database as a service. All these PPTs will be distributed to all of you so that you can execute the instructions and perform the experiments at your own level. If you have any question, any doubt, any query, you can ask. You can explore the cloud services also, which are available for you can see this on MongoDB hosting, MLab. You can see 500 MB free database service will be given. So if you are having a website and you want to host on MongoDB, you can simply create an account and work on live MongoDB database. As you are discussing about the transformation, there are a number of transformation tools available. Mongify, you can see this. You can transform your data from SQL to MongoDB using Mongify or query translators. So suppose this one is the statement, you want to translate it, automatically it will be compliant to MongoDB. So this will be your MongoDB statement. Okay, so these technologies can be explored. Any question? Any question or query? So loops are same as we do in other programming languages for loop. So to insert multiple documents at a time, you can execute these statements. If you have any doubt or query, you can mail us with your troubleshooting issues. If you have any doubt, if you have any question, you can ask.
excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I've been using XAMPP server. What's
yes.
the problem with XAMPP server is it's not displaying all the PNG images in my website.
WAMP, you are using WAMP server,
XAMPP server.
WAMP or
XAMPP, sir, XAMPP X.
XAMPP. Okay, XAMPP. So,
Yeah, sir.
what is the issue? It is not displaying the images.
Like when I bring the files out of the server and I'm keeping on my desktop,
Okay,
and when I'm opening my page in browser, it's just showing all the PNGs.
okay.
But when the same
Sir,
file when I'm
you specified the path of the images? Correct path
all
is
the
to be
images are in my
specified.
folder. All the images are in my same folder.
Okay, okay. All images are
Folder
in
in which
same
I have the
folder.
HTML code.
Okay. Uh, Actually, this problem arises when there is some issue in the path, when the correct path is not found. Uh, you can what you can do, you can simply right click that particular page and view source code, and you will see the actual path that the browser is taking, that the web server is projecting, and then you can match that particular path with the actual path, and definitely this will be the issue, and if you resolve it, uh, your images will be displayed.
But path given is correct only, sir, because when I'm running offline, then the website is showing all the PNGs. Only when I'm running in server, it is not showing PNGs.
Okay.
And even the same case is with Ubuntu, sir. If the website is opened in Windows, it is showing PNG. If the website is opened in Ubuntu, it's not showing PNGs.
Can you send us, can you mail us the code so that we can analyze the issues, we can, so that we can check, because many times we have to see the actual issue that is happening at your end, and after that we will be able to tell something about it.
Sure, sir. Sir, and one more query, sir.
Yes,
In HTML, we deal with iframes, no, sir.
sir.
Iframes in HTML.
Okay, okay, iframe.
Yeah, these iframes are not loading YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. In
What's the cause
iframe,
of
what
that?
you are doing, simply specifying the URL of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm specifying the URL of like when I'm trying web pages, I'm specifying the URL of that particular web page.
Okay.
It is loading all the web pages except few like YouTube, Facebook, and those are not loading.
Okay. Can you send us this syntax which you are using? Actually, all these issues are generally do not happen, and in iframe also it can work.
Yeah, actually iframe I'm using loading through JavaScript. I'm specifying a source of ice cream through iframe through JavaScript.
Okay. So have you? So are you closing the iframe tag also?
Sir,
Iframe tag is closed also, or it is open?
HTML code iframe tag is opened and closed, but
Okay.
the display is set to none. It is disabled in HTML. When the user clicks on a button, then through JavaScript, I'm enabling the iframe and then loading a particular page.
Okay. Uh, have you checked the version of your web browser, whether it is updated?
Sir,
Whether the web browser is updated or not?
version of web browser.
Yes, yes, web browser is updated.
Yeah, it's updated, sir.
Okay, okay. You can send us these queries by mail. We can see, and we will revert back to you with the appropriate reply.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
ये बंद कर दो इसको। Stop, 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 stop.